Hi everyone. So in this video, I would like to talk about something that's really heartbreaking. I am referring to the aggression and the violence that's being awakened, especially within our young people, mostly teens. So I don't know if you heard about what happened in Thailand recently, but even in my country, it's been hard to listen to over the past, say, 2 months, news after news of the violence that has been happening in schools, especially in high school, basically predominantly among teenagers or sometimes even preteens. So um there have been measures suggested, such as stricter policies by the government, stricter laws or stricter rules in schools, or more, you know, more measures that could prevent this. But there is just so much that anyone could do, basically. And if you ask me, the bottom line of all of this is spiritual warfare. And what I'm talking about is something that seems harmful, that our teens, our kids, and we at any age are exposed to day in and day out for several hours a day. Their phones, our phones. So sometimes they don't even interact with people, they don't even talk to us, or sometimes we don't even have time to talk to them. I don't know what's happening in in everyone's lives, but then definitely, um our children's phones are what keeps them company, for a significant portion of the day. And so there, and just my personal experience with my phone, what I noticed is aggression is being promoted so much so that even sometimes simple advertisements, like, y- why are you using this product, why not that, and they say it in such an aggressive and I don't know, very passionate, aggressive manner, that it's sometimes even rude. It doesn't promote kindness or anything like that. Or this one, sometimes, not just sometimes, very frequently, there would be ads for the movie apps, AI generated, whatever, in on my phone, and the first 10 or 15 seconds is full of brutality and violence, and just bullying, and all of those, and I just keep on blocking one after the other, but they keep on coming. Okay. And we all know that teenagers are very fragile when it comes to their psyche and their emotions. We've been there. So it is easy for them to get influenced, and there are a lot of things out there that are very suggestive. So it's either of even bullying or being bullied, or sometimes retaliation, but everything just seems to be exploding in the not in the best way possible. It's not passion, it's just aggression, basically. So there, um it's even hard for me to be talking about this. And you may say, but my kid is not, doesn't have any aggressive tendencies or something like that. And yeah, we can trust our kids. We can trust our kids for, I don't know the level of trust that you have with your kid, but I trust my kids, but I don't trust everything that he could be exposed to. So because sometimes even the simple subtle things that our kids could watch could just affect them in one way or the other. So there. But there's just a lot of all of that. But also when it comes to sensitive kids, one time I remember my kid approached me and he said that he saw something. He's already a teenager and he's a very responsible teenager. And he said that he watched something that really affected him. So it had to do with something violent, or sometimes even in school they discuss these things, or sometimes they have to watch a video and assess it for purposes of, for purposes of evaluating it, or what do you learn from it, what shouldn't you do. But then the main fact that they are exposed to these things, sometimes they affect them. It affects them, especially for, also for, not just for kids who tend to be the aggressive kind, but even for kids who are really sensitive. Like sensitive kids and those who really have it in them to feel injustice very deeply, it could also affect them, so one time, when I was talking to my son, I told him, okay, darling, just pray for the victim, leave it to God. At the same time, you could only care as much. What I mean is, it's not that you don't care, but don't let it affect you as much, because the important thing is that, um if you were sent here on earth to change all of this, you have to be able to preserve yourself also. So it goes for, this concern goes for our kids, however their tendencies are or are not. If they're the ones who might be, you know um rough with others, or they're the ones being bullied or stuff like that. Okay, so much for that. The thing that I would like to ask you at this time is to just do this. This is a spiritual warfare, and the way that the enemy works most easily is through the screens. I firmly believe that. So what I would like to suggest that you do is you take your kids' phones occasionally. You don't have to open them. You don't have to turn them on. Just lay your hand on them or not. It depends upon you. You could pray over your kids' phones if you pray, or you just call upon the benevolent beings that you are that you trust. Just rebuke all negativity and rebuke all negative influences that might come through those screens. So they're just something that simple, but since this is spiritual warfare, that simple thing is a very big weapon. Okay, so just to share with you what I do every day when my kid goes to school, I, because I'm Catholic, I make the sign of the cross on his forehead, and we say, and he does that to me also, and we say, God bless you. And these things might not outright seem powerful, but best believe they are. So I would like to wish all of you and your kids the protection from the heavens, and your homes also, protection from the heavens. And may your kids grow up to be souls who would work for the good and combat all of these. Okay, so until next time, this is just me, Alvie, saying God bless you and may heaven be with you all the time.